Is $7.25 an hour a livable wage? Could you live off of $7.25 an hour? This is an issue that's been debatable to many people. Now, I know you might ask yourself right now, I make more than minimum wage, so why should I care about this? Or how does this affect me? Does it even affect me? Well, minimum wage doesn't just affect the people earning it, it also has an impact on the economy as a whole. Also, I don't think people understand how hard it is for someone earning minimum wage to support themselves, let alone support a family. Now, I've held minimum wage paying positions in the past, and I can tell you firsthand, it's impossible to support a family living on minimum wage. I'm sure after listening to me today, you're going to find that we need to increase the minimum wage. Now, I know there have been, claims made that raising the minimum wage is going to increase unemployment, or it's going to make it harder for the poor to find work. However, labor economists David Card and Alan Kruger, in their 1995 book, Myth and Measurement, The New Economics of Minimum Wage, they found minimal impact on employment after comparing the unemployment rates before and after a statewide minimum wage increase in New Jersey. John Cassidy, an economics columnist for The New Yorker, noted in 2013 that Vermont, which had a minimum wage of $8.60 an hour, had an unemployment rate of 5.1%, while Nevada, which had a minimum rate of $7.25 an hour, had an unemployment rate of 10.2%. So Cassidy concluded that what these findings tell us is that the overall state of the economy and how well local industries are doing matter a lot more for employment than the rate of the minimum wage. Aside from that, raising the minimum wage has a positive impact on the economy. Kai Fillion from the Economic Policy Institute stated that an increase in the minimum wage would not only benefit low-income working families, but it would also provide a boost to consumer spending and the broad economy. He also claims increasing the minimum wage is an effective stimulus that helps workers who need it the most. I couldn't agree more. The workers earning minimum wage do need help the most. Let's just do the math for a second, shall we? An employee earning minimum wage is going to take home about $11.60 a month. Well, actually, after taxes, that's more like $1,060 a month. Well, according to David Hendricks from the San Antonio Express News, here in San Antonio, a one-bedroom apartment is renting for $820 a month right now. So that's going to leave a minimum wage worker with $240 left over after paying rent. Rent is 70% of this person's income. So that $240, that's going to have to pay for their light bill, their water bill, food, hygiene, etc., transportation. I'm sure, you're getting the picture now. You can see how someone earning minimum wage would struggle. Now, can you imagine a family or a single parent bringing home minimum wage and trying to support their kid? It's nearly impossible to do. Before I remarried, I experienced this struggle firsthand. At one time, I had a full-time job which paid minimum wage, and I was barely getting by. The only reason I even made it as far as I did was because I was getting assistance from the city to pay for my child care. So aside from paying the portion of child care that I was paying, I had to pay my rent, my utilities, buy food and clothes for my kids. And I started struggling. I fell behind on bills. So to kind of catch up on everything, I took on a second job. So you would think that a person working 80 hours or more, would have no financial trouble whatsoever, or maybe very, minimal. However, that wasn't the case in my situation. Because of the added income from the second job, I no longer qualified for child care assistance. I went from paying $250 a month to paying $380 a week. And that didn't even cover all the hours I worked. So I had to find a secondary option for childcare and pay an additional $100 a week. So I was stuck. My first job didn't cover my bills. My second job didn't cover my childcare. I fell into a deeper and deeper hole of bills and debt, and luckily my children got old enough to now, it's a point where they're in school, and daycare is not one of my costs. Other than that, if it hadn't been for that, I would probably still be drowning in debt. So now, luckily, I only hold one full-time job, which does pay me more than minimum wage, which I'm very grateful for. But I can tell you something. Those 3 years were the hardest years of my life. And I know I'm not the only one. There's plenty of people like me who have felt this struggle. And there is such a thing as a working poor. I think we need to bring more attention to this issue. We need to raise awareness. We need to see a change. My current employer, SAISD, they made the news recently for increasing their minimum wage for all their employees to $12 an hour, with hopes of increasing it to $15 an hour in the future. California also made the news recently. They just accepted, that they're going to raise their state minimum wage to $15 an hour as well. So I think this is an issue that we need to keep pushing, in order to see change. Because this is America. This is the land of opportunity, not the land of poverty. A full-time worker shouldn't have to be homeless or miss meals. So I feel that raising the minimum wage it's just the right thing to do.